I'm feeling a zero.
It's a G.
Let's go.
Next one's my favorite.
I'm feeling a zero.
Next one's my favorite.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Indie Heads podcast, late night edition. I'm your host, Matty, aka Kanye G. On this special episode of the podcast, we have...
Hi, I'm Wolf CDQ.
and
You're AJ's child.
Sorry.
it's AJ's child. Oh god. And also, Can you complete that for me? William. Thank you, William. Legit quote from Megan Garvey, a famous Pitchfork writer. Okay, anyways.
No, she said William.
She said Willie. I took it the next step.
Yeah, okay, so...
I need
I don't remember if
credit is due.
Dorothy really likes to call me William. She really likes that.
Yeah.
It's a term of endearment. I don't know. Okay, anyways, why are we doing this late night? We were doing this late night because Kanye West just kind of... He just played his album, The Life of Pablo, for the first time in Yeezy season... as a part of Yeezy season 3. And we're going to do some... We're all... Okay, I think everyone here on the Indie Heads podcast, except for maybe, like, Sarah. I have a feeling Sarah isn't a fan of Kanye. I've barely heard her talk about hip-hop.
She doesn't give a shit.
She doesn't give a shit.
She doesn't like him.
But almost everyone here at the podcast is a huge fan of Kanye West, and I think most of us have been very vocal about what we think about Kanye in the chat, or at least I've been sometimes on the podcast. I imagine everyone's been like talked about Kanye at least once on the podcast. But yeah, I think we all are very like this album. We all want to give we want to talk about it, even though like we've all only listened to it like once, but it's definitely. But it's like, hey, guess what? We gotta get that content out, you know. We have to be the first one to get this shit done. Otherwise, you know, we're not gonna get the views. We gotta get the views, guys.
Well,
we're being very honest.
Album, like I want to talk about what happened.
Yeah. Let's. So okay, what do we
I
want
want
to
to talk about the entire event.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
I'll start from the beginning. Okay,
I guess I'll start with how I saw the event, and then we can go to everyone like where you were at. So I went to the St. Louis Outlet Mall to go see Yeezy Season 3, and I walk in the theater. You know, it's just showing like it was just like, you know, the live feed of just like stuff going on, like people like getting to their seats and just like showing like the weird like silk robe, and everyone's like jump around, and then like at 3:15 when it like officially starts, like 20 minutes of like just the silk robe shit, and I'm like, okay, like looking at my imaginary clock, like, okay, what's happening? When's this? I want the album. Give me the fucking album. What's this stupid dumb art shit? You know. So yeah, but yeah, that's how I saw it. Alex and Will, you guys want to go real quick?
Well, I also saw it in theaters, which was weird. There was HHH Twitter was there. No, I don't know. It was a fucking mess. I'm sorry. It was like the album sounded unfinished. It just sounded like clips. Like it legitimately, like half the songs sounded like snippets. It was short as fuck. And like, I don't know. I thought there were parts of it that sounded absolutely brilliant, but I was kind of disappointed.
Because I gave some first impressions on my Twitter page, and I was definitely like, this. I think like I still don't want to like give my opinion, but I definitely agree that it definitely kind of sounds unfinished. And if this is the finished album that we get, it's definitely gonna be like, huh, really? Because I mean, arguably this could be Kanye's worst album, and I said that months ago. I predicted, hey, this could be Kanye's worst album, and it's I still liked it, but it was definitely like, yeah, this is not up to par. So yeah, I was like a teensy bit disappointed.
yeah, I'd have to mostly agree. Like I don't know, like they're just. I feel like it could have been better. Like they're just things he could have done. Like Wolves, he kind of messed that. He kind of shit the bed on that one, I think.
I got okay. I think taking out Vic Mensa, yeah, that was probably a good idea. Vic Mensa is basically like. He's vaporware as a person. He's completely useless. Like, the song loses no value and doesn't gain any value by taking out Vic Mensa. However, Wolves did have Frank Ocean on it.
I like his part, though.
I mean, his part wasn't bad on the original version, but, like, Frank Ocean coming in was, like, a huge surprise, and I'm like, you know what? I'm fine with that.
What was good about it besides the fact that it was Frank Ocean, what made that better? besides the mere fact.
Okay, well, Will, I know you don't like Frank Ocean, so you're like,
it's not even that. It's not even that. Just like, but like, thing is, like, the song just like devolves and then like this weird.
I will say though, yeah, Wolves is definitely. I mean, even when it came out initially, like I definitely was like, this is not as good as you guys think it is. Like the Kanye part at the beginning, the Kanye part at the beginning is good, and then when it gets into his verse, you're like, oh, this is kind of sloppy. Like this is this stuff.
I love the Sia part, and I love the Vic Mensa part, and the way it all comes together. And it's like one of my favorite Kanye songs. I just love the moody beat, and it just so
SNL Wolves was
atmospheric
definitely better.
And Sia's vocals in the
SNL
background
Wolves was definitely better.
Yeah, I agree. Like, but it's like the way her vocals are in the tapestry in the background. It's just like I think it's a brilliant song.
Yeah, I don't think Sia should have been taken out because like that was definitely a weird decision. But like, I mean, again, taking out I mean, here's the thing.
Well, they still kept her vocal part in the background.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Her like instrumental vocal part was still there, but they took out her verse, which I didn't agree with that decision. They just gave Kanye this one big long verse. He's just kind of going off. The thing is, like, it's just like it was just one of those kind of things. It's like, but that's not what I wanted though.
Yeah,
I mean,
like it wasn't a bad verse from Kanye, but it wasn't. I want to hear the SNL version of Wolves.
It's just like
also
like you had a good
like
you have to change it.
It sapped the energy out of like the part and the SNL version where they're all like, I was too wild, and they're just repeating that, and the song's kind of like building up to something, and in this one it was just like he kind of did that, but he changed it to "You Was Too Wild," and like it doesn't work as well.
Oh god, I'm just realizing now when this comes out, hip hop heads Twitter is gonna be so fucking mad at us. They're gonna be so mad because it's like, what, you don't think it's GOAT? It's like, here's the thing. I mean,
fuck hip hop heads Twitter.
Fuck yeah. Again, thinking I have bad opinions. My opinions are not that bad. Y'all are just a bunch of plebes. But yeah, everyone gets mad at me on Twitter for having bad opinions. It's just like I don't listen to hip hop.
But that's
okay. I do have some bad opinions. Okay. Anyways, let's get back to this album. But yeah.
Let's go back to the beginning though. Like.
Let's go.
Did you like that intro?
Ultra Beam, I liked it. Chance coming in was like, oh shit, like all right, I like this. But it definitely when Kanye said into her like, this is a gospel album, I was like, yeah, I totally get that with this intro. But I also just I wasn't completely convinced. It was like, okay, this is good, but like could be better though. I think like I don't know how exactly to make it better, but it was just like there was something that kept it from completely like hitting. It was just like
I agree.
Again, I don't even remember like how the track list went. I think he like Fade is on the track list here, the final track list, but like I don't. Did he like change the song or something? Because like he played Fade like after the album was done, but like it wasn't on. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
was
know
weird.
either.
Yeah, I don't know. That song, it was close, but just like it was just something about this like not quite.
Yeah, it definitely seems like this album is not finished. I feel it's like if this is the finished album, it's definitely like, yeah, this is by far the worst Kanye album, because it's like I definitely want to say that I feel like these last minute changes he's done to the album, I feel like he's always done that, but this is like the first time he's documenting it. But also he doesn't play the album like 2 days after it's done for the world to see. Like that's not something you do, you know? Like you gotta let it simmer. And I feel like he's maybe not let it simmer, but it definitely feels like, okay, like is this even finished? You know? I think that's the biggest question I had.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again, is that I think that when he tweeted February 11th, that wasn't so much for the world so much as for himself, so that he would have a deadline, so that he wouldn't be working on it forever and trying to perfect it.
Yeah, but that means if this is the last day he could work on it, and he's shown it to everyone, like, hey, this might be the finished version. I'll see. The thing is, this is only first impressions, and the sound quality was like, this is not like how we're gonna hear it, because it's like going through like a stadium basically. Because I want to listen to this album with like a nice ass pair of headphones. Because by the way, production on this album is fantastic. It's great. Like it's
inventive.
Yeah, I don't think I have any problems with I don't really have that many problems with production. I think some stuff. There's only some songs I can't recall them quite yet, because you know only one listens. I mean, come on, guys. But there was definitely like some songs like maybe it's a little unproduced. But for the most part, I was like, yeah, the production, I'm completely okay with this. This is good.
Someone said, go ahead, Alex.
I thought the Ray J song, The
production. Oh, that was definitely one of the underproduced.
We'll get to
ones.
that too. I think
line was like, oh god, I heard that line before.
We'll get to the lyrics.
Yeah. You know what song did have amazing production?
What song?
Father Stretch My Hands.
Oh, that was great. Oh, that was
Father Stretch My Hands.
Both were
good. Was incredible because it was like, I don't know, I didn't like the second part as much, but the first part was like, you know, you kind of got like soulful vibe, and then it just like comes in with the trap drums, and it's actually great.
Oh yeah, because I think
Metro just works so well.
I think Metro produced that because
he did. He worked on it. I don't think he produced it solely, but he worked on it. Yeah, I think he. My guess is he added the drums.
Mm-hmm. What are you gonna say, Will?
I love the next track though, Freestyle 4. That might be my favorite, maybe.
Is that the like?
Oh my god!
That's the one where he just goes off.
It was actually good. It was like I was so surprised because Kanye can't freestyle.
So I don't think that was. It might just be called Freestyle 4.
What?
Well, I mean, it was cool, I guess, but it was just sort of like, oh, is this actually going to be on the album? It definitely feels like a skit, but like, yeah, it was like,
okay, a skit, though. It was like there's like a hard beat on that, and
wait, no, is that not the acapella freestyle he did, or is that something else?
No, that's not the acapella.
Oh, then never mind. Then I don't remember.
That was right after the Father Stretch My Hands.
Is that what we're talking about? Freestyle 4?
Yeah.
Okay. If that's the acapella one, I was like, okay. No. Okay, what freestyle are you guys talking about then?
I was talking about the acapella. Third track on the...
Oh, see, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the third track on the album called Freestyle 4.
Is that okay? Which one's the acapella track? Is that Feedback? What the?
I think that was just like an outro to a track.
Okay, whatever it was, the acapella freestyle, I thought it was like, haha, it's kind of funny, but like, oh, this definitely feels like it needs a bit more polish to it, because like, if this was on an album, I'd be like, wait, I bought this song for my, well, I'm not, because I bought the $35 ticket, so $25 to get in 10 hours, so I'm like, but like, if I spent money to buy this, I'd be like, okay, for this song, really? Like, for Kanye just going a cappella, like, just him fucking around in the studio, basically, like, oh, let's put that on the album. Like, what, you're gonna tell some corny jokes that, like, that got old, like, years ago? You're gonna breathe new life into really bad
he said, like, what did he say, like, I love you like Kanye loves Kanye, or something, like, he got
that got a laugh in the theater, but it was definitely kind of like, at first, like, that's funny, but now, like, you think about it, you go, oh, was it really that funny? Like, it was kind of like a surprise, like, cool, but now thinking about it, I'm like, did he seriously put that shit on his album? Like, is that a real song on his album? Did he really think that was a good idea?
I mean, I don't know.
I thought it was tongue-in-cheek.
I mean, it was tongue-in-cheek, but I was definitely kind of like...
this entire album is that it's throwing you off guard. Like, this album does not ever really catch a rhythm. It doesn't really ever catch a stride. It's always just kind of keeping you disoriented, and I liked it from that.
Yeah, I feel so mixed on it, because in a way I thought that was cool, but it also made it feel disjointed, and not in a good way. Like, the transitions were awful between songs.
He would just pause it and the song would end. Yeah. And was like, okay, wait, is that like are these songs supposed to transition into each other? Or
like, did we actually hear all the songs, or did he just stop in the middle of some of them?
I think he played them all.
Kind of like that.
One advantage I had seeing it not in theaters is that I was able to pull up a track list and like cross it off as it went by. So like that's why you guys don't remember Freestyle number 4 is because you guys didn't have the track list.
Oh yeah,
that's it just kind of blended together. But that's one of the songs with the heartbeat and Kanye just going the fuck in.
Because I assume he would he introduced the first song as Ultralight, being like, okay, is he gonna do it for the rest of the album? He didn't do it for the rest of the album because I knew what Father Stretch My Hands was. Because I'm like, okay, that's the second track, I know that, but like everything else was like.
Was Freestyle number 4 the one where he was like, I don't know, he had some line about how people were sleeping on him?
I don't remember any of the lyrics. I just remember that he went in and that was
okay.
I remember listening to it and thinking, I enjoy this.
Okay, speaking of lyrics, let's get into the lyrics a little bit. I said on Twitter that this
Famous. We gotta do Famous.
Okay, you want to talk about
that? That was disgusting. We have to?
Wait, was that the Ray J one?
No, that was the Taylor Swift one.
Oh,
that was on highlight. Yeah, it's to my South Side redacted that.
Because you said that line on Twitter, like you said that in the chat, and I'm like, wait, you said, is that a real line from Kanye? Oh, I thought someone made that up, but it's like, hearing it on the album, I was like, oh my god, did he seriously just say that? Like,
and like I was really upset. Like, it ruined the next few songs for me. I mean, it was awful. I mean, even like just if you if you like pretend the misogyny isn't there, if you just pretend that away, it's just like, it's dumb, and it's like, why are you bringing that back up? Especially on an album. Like, this isn't Twitter, dude, you know? Like, I just thought it was frustrating and disappointing as a fan.
For me, it's like hilarious, but not like the line itself. Just like hearing him say that to me, like just the shock value of it. I like that. Yeah, that's not cool. I mean, but just like, oh my god, he just said that, you know?
Yeah, I heard that, and I'm like, oh my god, Kanye, like, he's gonna get persecuted in the media so bad for that line. I know it. Like, I know it.
Rightfully, probably, I mean.
Yeah, rightfully, definitely. I'm like, because he's based, like, some of the stuff he's done this year on Twitter, and I was just like, when he started beefing with Wiz on Twitter, I was like, cool, I hate Wiz Khalifa, so I'm totally down with this. And then he started insulting Amber Rose, and I'm like, oh, okay, I think you're getting a little...
You own waves, I own your child.
Yeah, I was like, okay, you're getting, Kanye, that's very misogynist. I mean, that's kind of misogynist. Line,
but it was also hilarious.
I mean, yeah, at the time it was hilarious, but like thinking back, you go, wow, Kanye, like that was not cool, dude.
He should not be saying that. 38 years old, and like he should know better.
You would think he had a kid and he has a wife and another kid. You think, okay, he's gonna cool down a little bit. He doesn't.
He's more woke than ever, I think.
Yeah, it's like, oh god, Kanye, like, dude.
2016 is the year of the woke, everybody. I'm just telling you that.
I guess. But yeah, let's get back to the album a little bit. I think
Ray J line. I think that was just not a good bar. Like, he's all like,
that got a laugh from like me in the theater, but like when he played it again, I'm like, okay, like that dude, the flow was not good on it, the delivery was not good on it.
It's like, I feel like me and Ray J would be friends if we didn't love the same woman, but too bad for him, I'm rich. It's like, what? Or did he say I'm famous? But he said one of those two.
It was rich. Like, I'm rich.
That doesn't rhyme. That doesn't make any sense. Like, no.
Okay, let's get into the lyrics a little bit. I would say lyrically, I think we can all agree this is Kanye's worst lyrically. Like, album. No?
I mean, some songs, yes, but there were, like, you can't ignore the fact that Real Friends is on this album.
Okay, and, like, obviously not all the lyrical songs are bad.
See, some of the lines are his worst ever, and some of them are some of his best in a long time. It's just a mixed bag.
I still think it's his worst overall, though, lyrically.
Okay, thank you, Will. Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
And the thing, what was the thing about like having butt sex, like a girl having sex with a girl with a bleached asshole and like getting white on her shirt or something?
Yeah,
that one was like,
it's like Kanye. What the hell?
Oh god. Here's the thing. Okay, I want to defend you because I know people in the comments are just people are gonna go, well, what about Yeezus? That's his worst album lyrically. Yes, I would agree, but it's also my favorite Kanye album because lyrically, yes, it's not his best, but he's able to make up for it with his flows and the general energy and the vibe the album has. It's
bravado.
It's essentially like, I mean, it's not a full on punk album, but it has a punk element to it where it's like, okay, I'm willing to forgive this.
It's him against the world.
But this album does not have a punk element. It's like a gospel album, but it has like these awful lines about bleached assholes and like Ray J and fucking Taylor Swift, and I'm like, oh my god, Kanye. And like I said, Real Friends, that is a huge highlight on the album. Lyrically, that's a great song. But he did not keep it up for the rest of the album, and that is extremely disappointing.
Yeah, I was really surprised that, like, No More Parties in LA and Real Friends were legitimately, like, the only songs where he was doing something impressive lyrically. I mean, you can't ignore Wolves. It wasn't a bad verse. I thought it was like...
I mean, yeah, Wolves, I thought the verse was fine.
Just my first impression, but
the thing is that, like,
I thought it was good, but the older version of Wolves that was better, and, like, it's hard not to be disappointed by that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
so it's easy to forget.
The lyric Vic Mensa sings in the original, like, don't fly too high, your wings might wilt. Talk about Icarus.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a perfect description of this album, just because... He tries to be really, because this is his most abstract album musically, for sure. He tries to use like people's voices as instruments in the mix and everything. Just goes from one thing.
I definitely need more listens to decide if it's his most abstract. Yeah, I definitely need some more listens.
But either way, the point is that he tried too much.
Matty, it's not necessarily his most experimental album, but it is his most abstract. I would argue.
Yeah, it's not. It's I see your point. I definitely think like I want to agree, but I definitely feel like okay, maybe I need some more listens to like completely decide that. I think with anything we're talking about, we need more listens to completely decide this.
That's like a asterisk that goes next to this episode. Is that expressions?
Yeah. like Yeezus was abrasive and it was experimental, but I wouldn't really say that it was that abstract. It was pretty like straightforward and concrete, you know. Whereas this is like this album has a lot going on, and it's got like it's weird and it's disjointed, and you know, but it's not like experimental.
On the song Feedback, he like makes like almost like a shoegaze sound of well using like voices.
Yeah.
Or what song? I don't remember exactly what song. Maybe it was highlights. I don't remember, but I remember at one point it's all like holy shit. The thing is, like stuff like that's impressive, but like I don't know, I feel like he bit off more than he could chew with this one.
Yeah.
Close to the sun and his wings melted a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want to talk about what happened after you did the album?
Yeah, he played some stuff. Okay, yeah, let's talk about some of the stuff that happened after. This is
like
General Yeezy season 3.
It's a shit show. It's like he's all like, haha. It's like he's in Madison Square Garden on a Thursday afternoon, and he sold tickets to theaters around the world, and it's streaming this on Tidal. And he's like, haha, I'm gonna play a new Young Thug song on the aux cord.
Okay, by the way, that Young Thug song, it was good. I've made many comments about Young Thug, but I really like that song. And then he plays.
But the point is like, what the fuck are you doing, Kanye? It's like.
Yeah, because then and then Big Ben's is like, no, I want to. Big Ben's like, no, Dad, let me play my song next, Dad. And then his song was supremely mediocre.
Kanye put it on. Vic didn't say anything.
Yeah, like,
it just seemed like that.
It was just like Kanye, just like what the like he didn't know what he was doing. Like he was just like, I'm just gonna go up. I'm going to sell out Madison Square Garden and just wing it, is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
They're just like, no, you have to have a plan. Like, you can't just like walk in there and just like start playing shit on your aux cord at Madison Square Garden.
As for Vic, like, I think Kanye played that song because he felt bad about cutting him from the album.
I definitely can see that.
Well, I don't know about bad, but I think Kanye wants to put Vic on still. He just didn't. He wanted his big ol' verse on Wolves instead of the shorter, you know, version that was played on SNL, and you know, I don't know. I think Kanye still wants to support Vic and still like I don't know, wants to not necessarily mentor him, but you know, like
put him on,
support him. Yeah, put him on.
It was just ridiculous that he was doing that. It's like he played his album, then he just starts playing random songs on his aux cord. Like I feel like that was just like a ridiculous thing to do. It's like, what the hell are you doing, Kanye?
Oh yeah, definitely. This whole thing seems very put together.
No, the thing is like
the last second.
Just the entire imagery
very
of the show.
Put together would
like,
be wrong. But yeah.
The thing is, like, I expect like some like visual show, but it's just the model standing there on one platform, then Kanye and his squad on another one, just like listening to the album, just like bobbing their heads and stuff. Yeah. I thought there would be some kind of visual element going on, like some like slideshow or animated thing. Like I thought there would be something, but it's like no, just like the model's chilling over here without expression, then Kanye and his squad wilding out.
There was a point where it showed a model and he was just crying. I thought that was like, yeah.
What song was it? It definitely felt like he was crying, but it definitely felt like it was during a song when I was like, why are you crying to the song? It's not that, like.
I don't know.
It is him.
I thought it was one of the more emotional songs. Like,
I'm trying to remember what song it was. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, can I mention that Weeknd song? Oh man, that was really good. The Weeknd was great on that song. I don't remember. You can probably tell me what the track name was.
I
think it was on FML. It was on FML. I'm looking at the
song
soundtrack listing right now that has features on it.
Okay, but
I didn't notice because The Weeknd is forgettable. To be honest.
I was actually hoping he would be on Wolves. I was really hoping that he would cover Vic Mensa's part because I heard rumors he might not be on the album.
I mean, here's the thing: Frank Ocean, the dude has been gone for over a year. Well, not over a year. He's been gone for almost a year now, and it was really awesome to hear him again. And he sounded great, and it's like where it still was like, okay, he's still alive. It's awesome. Where's the album though? He literally could have been
dead because we haven't heard shit from him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Someone could have just been like hiding him in their basement or some shit. Like, for all we know.
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, there was stuff that popped. He was like in a FaceTime chat with like Rich the Kid, who's like some random like Atlanta rapper. And I'm like, okay, Frank, what? If you're gonna talk to an Atlanta rapper, why are you talking to Rich the Kid? Talk to like Young Thug or something.
He was like talking to his hairstylist is like going off about how like
he's definitely got a good case of studio hair. That's a pretty strong case of studio hair. Do you guys know what studio hair is?
Are we talking about Frank now?
Yeah, we're talking about Frank.
Yeah, I know what studio hair is.
I do not know what it is. Tell our viewers.
Studio hair is basically it just means you're not growing. You're just growing your hair out. You're just kind of keeping it unkempt because you're too busy working on songs in the studio. J. Cole, Gambino did it a little bit. J. Cole did it when he was working on 2014 Forest Hill Drives. Kendrick was doing it when working on To Pimp a Butterfly, and he's kind of kept that look going.
And what's his name? Actually, they showed Jean Aiko had a picture of Donald on her Twitter lately, on her Instagram, and it had him with the hair. So maybe he's So I mean, side note, maybe we're getting some Gambino.
Can you send me that picture?
I'll look for it.
Matty?
What?
No, the one with Frank.
I can find it. Okay, but yeah, I think I will definitely say these are, by the way, guys, only first impressions. I definitely want to give this album a few more listens because I feel like I'm not getting everything I wanted, and I have no idea if it's even finished because it definitely seemed like if this is the finished album, I don't think it's finished. It was like, but there's like I feel like there's a chance it's finished. It's like if this is the finished album, like this is really disappointing.
I think it was finished. If it was finished, people would have gotten it in their email inboxes by now.
Well, no. You still have to go through the process of like, if it comes out, it'll come out at like 11 Central Time, 11 p.m. Central Time, or 12 Eastern.
Do you guys think what Martin Shkreli said was true?
Probably
no way. But
he's trolling.
That they have to delay it.
No, I think it's like he's like a real life supervillain.
Yeah, I kind of want to be him.
It's like. I mean, that's the point, though, is that like he's like a cartoon comic book supervillain in real life. Like, he's that ridiculous.
That doesn't change the fact that he sucks.
Oh no, he definitely sucks. But that's the point, is that like he sucks in a way that I didn't think was possible for a real life human to suck.
His pinned tweet is, "I am confident I will prevail. The allegations against me are baseless and without merit."
He says like the only regret I have about my congressional hearings is I didn't bring my Nintendo DS.
Oh God. Okay, we're getting off topic with this.
Yeah, but the point is that I hope the album grows on me, but for now.
Yeah, it definitely was like, okay, I feel like I definitely need a few more listens, but like it definitely was like, okay, I mean I like this, I guess, but because it's Kanye, but it's like what the hell is this? This is just, I mean,
he skimmed on the songwriting of making a unique sonic palette, I think.
Yeah, I think production-wise, it's great. Song, like, when it comes to lyrics and, like, his vocals and the flows, it's like,
melodies and stuff.
It's like, you really definitely need some real work because this is not, like, up to par. So, yeah. I think is that about it for this podcast? Or you just want to kind of end it right here? I think, do we want to give, like, any final say on the... I think we pretty much explained how we feel. Kind of. I definitely want to give it more listens when it comes out, but this is definitely I feel like I'm very iffy right now. Like I'm like, because when Real Friends came out and then when No More Parties came out, I'm like, you know what, this album is going to be great. Why was I worried? And now I'm like back to that state of like, oh, I'm worried again because this
Kanye West is going to drop a wreck and it's going to hurt.
Yep, that's about it, honestly. That's like that is it, because that article is still like kind of true, like, because you think like he gives us this, like, we got like false hope, and then he puts, and also I do want to say though, No More Parties in LA, that would not fit on the album. It definitely wouldn't have fit.
Maybe not, but it still would have been probably the best song there.
That's true. It's definitely the best song Kanye's released since like since stuff on Yeezus. So yeah, I think that's about it for this podcast. Does anyone want to say anything else? Because I'm kind of done.
Rip Yeezy. 2004 to 2016.
Alex?
No.
Okay, that's a great way to end this podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed listening, and we will have a normal podcast for you sometime this weekend. We're gonna do an album catch up on a couple albums. I think it's Dive, Porches, and Anderson .Paak are the ones we kind of are going with.
The Booyah.
Oh, I didn't listen to any of those. What about Evil? We gotta do Future.
We'll talk about it on that podcast. Like, I could put in, like, we can put in one of our what we've been listening to and talk about it then.
We gotta do Future Hive.
Sure. Well, okay. We'll support. We will talk about Evil on the next podcast, but it'll probably be in our what we've been listening to section. So yeah. Okay. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed listening, and bye.
Bye.
Adios.